Who's doing fireworks?
I don't know. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are we periscoping over there?
Are we going?
Okay, check this out, folks. We're standing on the Mount of Olives on this. Is this Monday? I don't even know what day it is anymore.
I've lost track.
Monday, November 14th.
We have firecrackers going off.
And there's this is the city of Jerusalem, and for some reason, way in the distance, they're celebrating
Craziness.
for some reason. But anyway, this old city of Jerusalem right out there, and you can see the beauty of the Temple Mount there and the dome. And I'll just try to increase that. Check that out, folks. A spectacular view. Let's see if it clears up here in just a second. We're gonna clear up. There we go. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, let me show you something. We have a full moon, not just any full moon, but as we're standing on the Mount of Olives, we have the super moon. And it is the largest harvest moon since 1948, the year that Israel became a nation, 1948. This is the largest supermoon since 1948. What a prophetic, you know, and it's harvest. And I'm thinking that the Lord is bringing in the harvest. People are getting saved. People are coming to Jesus Christ. And this nation has really been under a lot of, you know, look, the United Nations is parked up here in everywhere you turn. The United Nations, it's got a headquarters, or somebody is constantly trying to tell Israel where their borders are going to be, where they're going to have to stay. In fact, over here is Andy Fire Charger. You guys know him here on YouTube. Andy, what do you think? What's going on? I mean, what's your?
Are you live streaming?
No, I'm doing a YouTube video. What's your take on this whole situation?
On the supermoon, or the what in particular?
Well,
the supermoon. I mean, we all know that it hasn't been this close to Earth since 1948, and we are nearing at least one of the definitions of a biblical generation. What is it? Psalms 90:10 says, you know, man's years shall be 70 or 80 by strength. So,
right.
you know, Jesus also said, I believe it's in Matthew 24, he said, this generation shall not pass till all things be fulfilled.
Right.
So we are certainly in a time where prophecy is about to just go full blast, because just in the last 8 years, in the last decade, it used to be that you'd get prophetic news once every month. Now it's coming, you know, 20 times a day, to the point where you can't keep up with it, right? But
I mean, and don't you think what's your take on the fact that over there in Syria, you've got Al Qaeda, you've got the Russians, the Iranians, the Americans, the Turks, people responding out here to the super moon, and it's getting crazy. I mean,
oh,
are you serious? Wolfman Jack shows up, but
well, I was very interested in that years
hang on
ago.
a second, folks. We might actually have a YouTube moment.
Can we get our cabbie to do this?
Let's see. Let's see if this guy does that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I gotta go back. We gotta get serious here. Anyway, the full moon's bringing out the crazies.
Right.
But,
well, you know, just 8 years ago, we didn't have the alliances that we have that are described in Ezekiel 38 and 39. You know, scholars have gone through and explained who these countries are in Ezekiel 38: Russia, Iran, Turkey. There's mention of Germany, and you know, just 8 years ago, these alliances weren't happening at all. Turkey and Israel were still friends until the flotilla.
right.
Russia was not even heard of in as far as Israeli politics or any of the things going on there. But all of these alliances have grown together in the past several years, and now you have all these militaries aligned in Aleppo, in Syria.
Right.
We have Isaiah 17 where it says Damascus shall be a ruinous heap.
Right.
And they have shown drone footage. I'm sure you're all aware of this. You've all seen this. I think many of us expected it to happen overnight because, there's a way to interpret that scripture where it seems to be an overnight event. But we've just seen ever since the Arab Spring and such that those cities have just been utterly destroyed. They've been bombed to pieces. And now there's Russian soldiers, there's Turkish soldiers, there's Iranian, there's even because of the immigration out of Syria into places
Europe.
like Germany. Germany has taken on a humongous amount of immigrants.
France.
And now you can even see how they would be involved in an invasion, a Gog-Magog invasion.
Wow.
And we saw the Golan Heights the other day, and it's a very strategic position for Israel. They took it back during 1967.
Right.
And it looks down directly over the Sea of Galilee, and it's such a high position. It's just like this, where you're really looking down on everything, and you can get a full 360-degree view. And I believe it says that all those alliances, Russia, Iran, Turkey, and everybody else, they're going to come down into the Golan Heights. And that's where Ezekiel 38 and 39 says that God will wipe them out.
Right.
I think except for 1/6 of them.
There's going to be a war, as you're saying there, Andy. In Ezekiel 38, 39 says that it will be such a brutal war as the armies of Gog and Magog and their followers, as you've named those countries, Russia, Iran, Turkey, there's Ethiopia and Libya and others, it says, and others.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take 7 years to burn
the
up all the weapons and 7 months to bury the dead.
Right.
Can you help me understand what kind of weapons are we talking about? I mean, are we talking nuclear, or what's the story here?
There's been mention of, Israel having neutron bombs, like a weapon that's never been used. People have never seen the type of thing, that type of weapon being used. I was listening to audiobook a month or two ago about Hiroshima.
Yeah.
However way I pronounce it, somebody always tells me it's the other way. But they talked about when the blast went off from that bomb, and there were people, there were a group of soldiers where it said that their eyes literally melted out of their skulls and, all these sort of things. So the technology's there. And, what I really find interesting about Gog-Magog is that it mentions, I believe, a great earthquake is part of the confusion that comes upon them to destroy them. And
right.
I've always found that goes very well with the Sixth Seal earthquake.
Yeah.
Because, when Jesus resurrected, wasn't there a great earthquake?
Oh, definitely.
When
he died, there was a great earthquake. That's what split the veil. And when he rose from the dead, there was a great earthquake.
When the two witnesses are resurrected, there's a great earthquake.
There's going to be a great earthquake.
So there's often resurrection and earthquakes are often closely associated. So, what I've often pondered is the rapture happening in conjunction with the great earthquake of the Sixth Seal.
Wow.
But then also in conjunction with the Gog-Magog battle, because we have peace and safety, then sudden destruction.
Right.
So I expect the rapture to be at a moment of sudden destruction, because the word harpazo means to be snatched out of harm's way.
Amen.
So there has to be some harm coming down to get pulled out of the way.
So now are we live right now, Heidi, on live stream? Folks, those of you on live stream, this is of course Andy Firestone. You guys know him as Andy Firecharger. His wife Sarah right here. Okay, and Heidi and I are hanging out here on the top of the Mount of Olives, and filming a YouTube video. How many people are watching now, Heidi? 128 people. We're here tonight on a beautiful night. Have you showed them that moon? We're going to show you the moon, folks. And those of you at YouTube, we'll be back with more current world events with you tonight in just a moment. All right, so just hang in there. I'll be right back with more.